On.
Yeah, your mic's hot.
Huh?
They can hear us. Hey, Jason, how's it going, man?
Hey, Alicia, how's it doing?
Pretty good. Um, I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. Hopefully, we have some lizards that'll come on and jump on here. I wanted to really just kind of hit all the sponsors for the page and get y'all 15, 20 minutes of airtime and kind of talk about what's going on, what you guys have been up to. We've got some new people in the group that maybe aren't familiar with all the sponsors and what's going on. So that's kind of what I want to do today. Just spend about 15 to 20 minutes, and I know everybody's busy humping those orders and getting everything out. So um, another thing to the people listening, there's a comment section that you can ask a question to Jason if you want to ask any direct questions. But Jason, tell us a little bit about what you're doing, your business, and anything that's going on in your land.
Well, like everybody else this time of year, we're pretty busy because not only do we do the rotaries, but we also do a local laser engraving and vinyl graphics and stuff like that. So we're staying pretty busy, trying to stay on top of everything, while also coming up with new products, new ideas, new things to kind of help improve and advance the rotary side of laser engraving. But other than that, just having fun, enjoying what I do, and helping other people as much I can.
How much of your time, I mean, I know a little bit about what you do, but how much do you spend on like developing products with Rotoboss as opposed to kind of actually taking your own orders? Because I don't think a lot of people know that you have your own like laser engraving business and what's the split there? Just out of curiosity.
Up until about 3 months ago, it was basically all me, from the admin side of thing, paperwork, paying bills, employees, everything was me, on top of doing the laser, everything else. Um, but now I've got a shop manager, and she takes care of basically everything that I did in the shop. So laser engraving, the vinyl graphics, printing, everything else she handles. She handles all that stuff, and then I've got a shop supervisor that takes care of the rotary side of things, keeps that on track, keeps everybody going. So it actually has freed me up quite a bit to develop more stuff, and that's like our the new Talon Chuck that we just released for pre-sale or pre-order. Um, the past few months from doing that transition, getting them in place, I've devoted a lot of time towards that. And we also have another surprise for the Ascend that'll be coming out next year sometime, that I've been working on as well. And I kind of hinted towards it, put a little Easter egg in one of the posts I did not too long ago, about what that's going to be. So really excited to see what 2024 has. Uh, we got some two road trips we're planning. One of them's actually already planned, and we made an announcement on it the other day. So hope to get to meet several people down in Australia when I get down there.
That's cool.
So if any of you guys are out there and you're in Australia around the Sunshine Coast and to Sydney in that area, let me know. I'll be traveling that for about 2 weeks. So that's going to be fun.
Very nice. I know one of the things that you recently came out with, I think it was in the fourth quarter, was the more of a budget value rotary for somebody maybe who didn't have the money yet to spend on a high dollar, high performance one. There was something that they could, in the middle to lower middle range. So tell us a little bit about that product because I think that's an awesome opportunity for somebody who needs to do that kind of functionality, but without spending, a lot of money.
Yeah, I've had that in the works for probably 3 years. It was something that was thought of before, and at the time I didn't have the resources or the time to do that. Now I do, so we took full advantage of that to be able to offer basically something for everybody's budget, their machine, their skill level, whatever it is that you need. And now with the Talon, we've got something for everybody, literally. No matter your budget, no matter your use case or need, we pretty much got you covered at this point.
That's
Um,
good. I mean, more options, I think, for people to at different financial, kind of price point levels is always a good thing for the consumer. We've got
yeah.
one question I want to ask you here that's come in, and then I have a couple questions on the Talon. Hey, Jason, are your connections customized for each machine, and what are the amperage of your stepper motors?
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. I see Facebook user, but um, yes. So all of our machines from start till now have been geared to be able to use either a NEMA 17 or a NEMA 23. So we basically got everything covered. There's no mods needed. Everything's already set up that way. It's part of our patents that we have. So we've got it to where you can use it on a diode laser, you can use it on a fiber, a CO2. Doesn't matter what your machine is. If it runs off a light burn, EasyCAD or already works. We got you covered. Um, so it's really simple. The amperage of the motors, it varies depending on which motor it is for which machine, but that's kind of where we set up on the website for you to select the type of machine you have. And if you don't see your machine on there, please contact us because we can make something that'll work for pretty much any machine out there. Um, and the amperage and everything will basically kind of it, it's taken into account on our end. But specifically, if this person, whoever it is, they can
Really?
reach out to me on Facebook. We can go over that and cover that.
Very good. And great question. Thank you. And let's see. Asim was asking, "Where's the link?" I just dropped the link in the comments section, and then it's up here. But hopefully, you can go up above in the comments section and link it. Jason's going to give away a gift card tonight. So if you sign up, just look at for your name and email so we can get in contact with you. And he's going to give away a little gift card credit towards some items in his store. That's one thing. I don't know if everyone's had an opportunity to look at your store, but you've got a sampling of many things from jigs to holders to, um, just accessory tools other than just rotary. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean that's basically where I got my start back in 2018, early 2019 was basically making jigs for lasers to fill my needs.
Hmm.
And then it became obvious that other people have the same problems. So that's kind of how basically everything that I've made to this point that you see on my site was basically driven by something that I saw as a necessity or a need to make things better, and then eventually refined it and made it a production product or something that the average consumer would be able to purchase and use. So that's pretty much how that got started. Like I said, I use so many different lasers and machines and stuff, so I have a very wide um, range of knowledge and expertise in different machines, and that's kind of where a lot of this stuff has come from over the years. Um,
I use these a lot, the cup levelers, and I use them for shot
yep.
glasses and other things. Those are very handy for me.
Yeah, we use them for a wide variety of things like barrel shrouds and even whatever will fit on there.
Yeah,
It works. And it's dual adjustable, so you can adjust both sides. You can put it in any configuration. You can use it as a squaring jig instead of using it as a stand of sorts. So there's many different ways you can use it.
I noticed that with the bolt's really taken off. And you actually have the rotary. The Thunder is actually sponsored, right? So you're paired up with them. How is that traffic going? What are you seeing in that space? Are you seeing a lot of more an uptick in bolt rotaries, or just kind of some
there's
insight?
there's a lot of bolt rotaries going out. Obviously, there's a lot of bolt lasers going out. So with that rotary is purpose built. We were commissioned by Thunder to create that for the bolt, and you know, bear in mind we didn't know about what other stuff we could get away with. Like we have the drop down brackets now. We've got the junior that works in the in the bolt now too. So there's a lot of things, and people kind of get upset about that. It's like, well, why didn't you do this from the beginning? Well, we didn't have. I got one of the pre-production bolts to be able to do just what I'm doing, but the actual Rotobolt was designed just off of specs that I was given by Thunder. So I never physically saw the laser until we were already in production with the Rotary. So consequently, once we got the laser, we were able to figure out ways to put a drop down in it so you can get more space, do handled cups, things like that.
Yep.
Use bigger wheels to accommodate different things. Because I mean, really in the beginning, this was, and I know it's taboo, but it's a budget laser. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a very good budget laser. And so in turn, we were trying to keep a rotary in a budget. I had a budget. I had a price point that they wanted to stick to, and that's what we did. We made the best of what we could with the information that we had, the price point that they wanted to be at, and all that stuff. So to anybody out there that's upset about all the new stuff coming out, like the junior and all that stuff, this is stuff that we've just progressed with. It's not something that we had waiting in the bag. Oh, we're going to get them to buy a bolt, and then we're going to sucker them into buying a junior. That's not that wasn't our plan. It's just as we've had time to progress with the laser, we've come up with other ways to make other machines work,
Yeah, and
and
you're
be more
basically
efficient.
you're an accessory that it kind of trails a little bit, right? So they rolled out this bolt, and I know there was a huge, push to get it out for the end of the year because, gifts and buying. So it's a natural kind of progression. It's understandably so. So let me talk about another product that is coming out pretty soon, the Talon. Give us some idea on what that is and why would, if somebody doesn't know anything about a rotary versus a chuck, why would someone choose that over the rotary? Like, what are the use cases, and should someone like me have both in my shop, or is it specialized for certain things, or just give us a little overview there.
Well, just generally speaking, I mean, if you're a professional, you want to have every tool that will make your job easier or make you more efficient. So the chuck is more just it's another tool. Um, so in my opinion, and the main reason I came out with our rotary was to eliminate the need for a chuck, which was the Rotoboss, and that pretty much did it. But there's always going to be something where the chuck will actually bring more benefit. Um, so in some cases, like a lot of people do rocks glasses or something like that. What makes our Talon more unique and better suited for pretty much anything that you would put in a chuck is the fact that we have a four jaw system. So you have more even pressure spread out across the entire glass instead of just on 3 points with several large dead spaces in between each point. Um, the four jaw chuck, you can put a lot more pressure on stuff with. You can put more force with less pressure. So like things like glass or just delicate items in general, um, it'll grip them a lot better without necessarily the worry or concern of breaking it.
Yeah,
Um,
I know I've broken
so
several glasses with the Chinese chuck. That thing's a real biatch, I
oh
probably
yeah.
would, for every one that's done, maybe one or two that's busted because it's just so
Let's-
so
well, you
tricky.
see a lot of people these days don't know the pains that we went through years
Yeah,
ago when that's all we had to use. That and the flimsy roller rotary that used to come with about every machine out there. So a lot of people don't know, what it was like, and that spurred me to do and create what I've got today. Um, just for that reason mainly.
yeah,
So it's a big difference, and a lot of people, like I said, they're used to the technology at this point because we've
yeah,
been doing this for over 4 years now. So a lot of people are used to our technology and what our stuff does, but they don't realize what there was before that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
they don't really appreciate what they
The
have.
hot dog roller.
um, So
Some people, some people shops. I do. I wouldn't say I'm heavy cups. I would probably say I'm about 20%. Some people, it's like 100%. I see those lanes. Some people only do hats. Some people only do cups. And
yep.
if you're doing primarily, I'm going to say 60-70% of your shop is cups. Having the right tool, you need to have the right tool. You need to have a high end rotary that has a lot of functionality.
Yeah, with
So
the sorry.
go ahead.
I
No, go ahead.
was gonna say with the rotaries, back on the difference between them. Now, a chuck is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of them myself. Um, I mean, so it's not that I hate them. I'm just not a fan of them because
Yeah,
of my past experience with what we had to deal with before. Now that we got the talent, it's a little bit different. But to the point, if you're into a lot of large production, like probably 10 or more cups in a run or whatever the case may be, you're not going to beat the functionality, the repeatability, and the precision of a roller.
yeah,
It's not going to happen. Now, with a lot of people doing these crazy wraps with doing cross hatching and things like that, obviously the chuck is going to be more suited for that because you don't have to worry about it slipping. You can do those kind of movements and not have to worry about it. But
yeah,
then again, with the growth of the galvo market, with the UV, the CO2, the fiber, all that stuff that's out right now that wasn't out years ago, that was kind of my driving force for making the chuck because I know it has a place there. Um, it, whether it'll be my place or not, I don't know. We'll see. But um, now we have a place in that area to help people with doing stuff on those types of machines.
yeah. Let me ask you a technical question. This is because you kind of mentioned a word, and if anyone has questions, y'all can ask in the comments. Um, the cross hatching on a rotary on a CO2 gantry. I've seen
Hmm.
people doing it when they're doing all these wraps and all this business. Is that something standard, or my mind was only for Galvo, but people are using it.
Well, I mean, you can use it on a CO2 or Galvo. Is it meant
Okay.
for CO2? Not necessarily, because most of the heads and the gantries on a lot of the machines are too heavy,
Yeah.
and they're not designed to run at that speed and on the X or on the Y direction like that. So technically speaking, no, it is not something that's made to use on a CO2,
Mhm.
though you can make it functional and useful on a CO2. Like I just put out a video where I did the trailer recap from the trip that we took, looking at the bolt, how it survived the trip and everything. It actually did
Yep.
crosshatch on that.
Okay.
That did very well considering it doesn't have offset settings for the Y. It's only for the X.
Mhm.
So that did remarkably well. I was quite surprised. I did it on accident, but it did it nonetheless. So yes, it can be done. Is it practical? Not really. It's going to take too much time.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, put it on a CO2 Galvo and have at it. A lot of people do use the fibers too, and if you kind of hone that in, you can do that as well. But the CO2 would be probably more suited for that than anything, just because you don't have to worry about burning the metal like you would
Yeah.
with a fiber or UV or something like that. So
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, Will, I sent you a link in Facebook to where you guys can go ahead and fill out the survey if you want to win a gift card from Jason. So I've copied over on YouTube and on Facebook, so people are adding it there. So we've got a few more minutes, so we're going to chat a little bit more. When is the Talon going to be ready for purchase? I think you're doing pre-sales now, right?
yeah, we just launched the pre-sale. We got about 90 units. I don't know how many are left at this point, but those will be ready to ship hopefully no later than the 1st of February. But obviously, we're not going to wait that long. If we get them in sooner, we're gonna start putting them together and sending them out. We've already got several people that have ordered the Daredevil, which is the combination Ascend and
I saw
Talon.
that, man. That looks pretty cool.
Um, and that's kind of a play on words for eagles, because I don't know if you know about eagles. When they mate, they lock talons and do
Oh,
the
yeah,
Daredevil cartwheel or whatever. So that's kind of
yeah.
just a play on
That's
keeping with the
funny.
eagle theme. But
Yeah,
because you're combining 2
Right.
Rotaries, 2 Eagles, whatever. So that was just something a little fun to play with. But anyways, we've had people order those, so we've already sent out the Ascend, and then when the Chuck is ready, we'll send it to them. So um, don't really have to worry about that too much. But like I said, once they come in, we're going to start sending them out. We're not going to wait. So
That's good. So tell us about your travels. And also, we had a question in here. Someone said that if they, let me see if they, will the gift card be open to Australia too?
the gift card. Well, it's not a gift card. It's actually you'll get a coupon code for a discount on our website. But yes, it's
Yeah.
it's good for anybody that signs up for the drawing. So no matter where you are, what language you speak, what what continent you're on, you can still apply and you'll still get it. So
Absolutely. So
but
please do
yeah.
that while we're still live. Yeah. Because,
So speaking of the trips, I put out the first announcement for our first road trip, which is going to be next month, and we're going to Australia. I'm doing that for a couple reasons. One, my nephew is going to be performing there in Brisbane and Sydney, so I'll be in both of those cities at his shows. And two, I've got several business contacts down there that I'm going to be meeting up with, as well as some Facebook friends and anybody that wants to meet up. And I honestly mean that. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking for anything from you. So don't be intimidated, thinking, oh, well, he's just going to drop a bill on me when he leaves or something. It's not going to work like that. We don't. It's not about the money. I don't care about the money. It's about going out and helping people. And while I'm abroad, no matter if it's in the U.S. or otherwise, if you're in the areas I'm going to be in, and you give me a date and a time, we'll try to make that happen, and I'll be happy to help come out. And it doesn't matter what laser you have. It doesn't matter what rotor you have. This is not a
I
sales
second that
trip.
because you did that through Texas and some other states, and you were
Yep.
just, meeting the people and, seeing how people were operating equipment, no matter what it was. And so,
Yeah,
no, you weren't salesy at all.
I love seeing other people's stuff. I mean, not only do I want to help people, but I expect to learn something myself. And every trip, we've met up with close to 50 people over the past 3 years and 4 trips that I've made so far. And I've learned something on every trip that I've done. One, because you're a fool if you don't learn something. When you're
Yeah.
when you're around when you're around like-minded people, especially in your business profession. So not only is it a chance for me to help people or just hang out, heck, I met up with somebody. We went out to lunch. You know, talked for a couple hours, and then we parted ways. I've been to
Yep.
people's houses. I've been to their businesses. This, like I said, this is kind of my way to give back to the community that supported us over the years. And like I said, I don't care what laser you have, what rotary you have, or even if you have a rotary at all. It doesn't matter to me. This is just about getting out and helping where I can.
I'm gonna ask one more question in the comments here, and then I'm gonna get us teed up for the drawing here. So
Okay.
somebody says, I hear about some type of podcast next year. Uh, so rumors are out, my
so
friend. Sorry
so
to,
who
I wasn't
who
gonna say nothing unless someone said it.
who is that? Because all I can
I
see is
can't
Facebook
see.
user.
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
we got a not we got
Somebody
a
who's
spot
a
we got a
mole.
we got a mole. Yep. No, um I'll neither confirm nor deny that at this point. But but yeah, look for another announcement from me in the near future. But
Oh, here we
but y-
go. The mole came out.
uh is that Chris?
Yeah, Lacasio
Oh,
probably. Yeah,
yeah. That
that's
little
funny.
son of a gun.
Okay,
Well,
well, I'm gonna go
if you
ahead.
were at LBX or anything and you heard about it, there's a little side joke about that turned into something different.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
So
It's always
we're
good
gonna
to
roll
have
with it
side
and
jokes.
see.
All right, so Will says, Jason, you'd crack up if you saw his rotary collection. It's like the four that he has taken apart in Frankenstein. And that's the case. You were talking early about, I call it the hot dog roller, but some people call it that. But these early on days where people were just taking parts and trying to make stuff work. And,
Yep.
it's good that the industry has kind of shifted where we've got some people like you who are putting out really quality devices that we can use that are dependable, right? And we can do production with those. I know May does a lot of cups and she uses your rotaries, and she'll do 200. I'm doing 200 today or whatever it is. And just pumping them out. The consistency is what people want.
Yeah, we've had very little kickback or anything. I don't think I I might be able to count the number of returns on one hand, and it's mostly because they wanted to upgrade to something else that they got. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So um, either I'm not hearing it, or that's a testament to what we've created. And
Right.
either way, I'm happy. You know that it's helping people, and we take constant feedback from others to try to improve things as we go. Um, so if anybody has any inputs or feedback, happy to hear it. Don't feel intimidated or anything. My number's on the Rotary. I put it there for a reason. I want to be as open, transparent, and helpful as I can. So, um, I mean, that's just my, I guess, my business philosophy.
Yeah.
um,
No,
take care of
we
the people that
appreciate that.
take care of the people that take care of me, and make sure
Absolutely.
that you get everything that your hard-earned money pays for. So,
I'm going to go ahead and get it spun off and tell us again whatever the winner is, what they're going to get.
yeah. So the winner's going to get a coupon code for $50 off our site for anything on the site, as well as a gift pack of some of the stuff that we have, shirts, stickers, hats, whatever I
Nice.
can whatever I can put together,
Merch.
we'll throw it in a big old box and send it your way. So,
All right, here we
um,
go. I got everybody that signed up. So let me click to spin and see who it is tonight. Oh, looks like Pam Briscoe is our winner.
awesome.
All right. Awesome. All right. Congrats, Pam. We'll get that over to you. And let me stop sharing my screen. Any
Yeah,
closing comments? Go ahead, Jason.
if she can reach out to me, we'll get her taken care of. So you can hit me up on Rotoboss Rotary Attachments on Facebook, or Jason Rife, either one. Let me know and we'll get you taken
Perfect.
care of.
All right. Well, listen, man. I know we're heading into the very end of the fourth quarter. I wish you and your shop a lot of success and what y'all. I know y'all are closing out soon, and looking forward to what we can talk about in 2024. And have a wonderful, blessed holiday season. And we'll see you next year, Jason.
All right, likewise. Take care,
Thanks,
guys.
man.